and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man Cat Fitness. Man, we're gonna tap in today, y'all. We I feel like alignment has just happened in the building.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
We're gonna talk about that inner child and what that looks like.
That part.
Wow. But Brother Quezzy,
yes.
Can you give a proper introduction to who we have in the building?
Absolutely. So this is actually somebody I know personally, which I'm very grateful that we're in the studio together. This has been a long time coming. So some of y'all, especially from if the Bay Area is your hometown, the East Bay specifically, you probably know the gentleman by the name of Tone Oliver. He is very, very active in the community, doing many things that are on the scenes as well as behind the scenes. So I'm going to read y'all his quick bio, and then we're going to hop into it. So Tone, and actually, I'm going to need you to say your name. I'm going to need you to say it like your actual name, the way you pronounced it to me.
Antonio.
Antonio?
Aravera.
There we go. Okay. All
right, you for real, Antonio?
Antonio.
Oh yeah,
Antonio.
That's what's up.
I just did the extras on it because I gotta mess with questions.
I like that.
One of my son's middle name is Antonio.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we in alignment. So Antonio.
Antonio, you gotta say
Antonio.
it. Like, come on.
Yeah, like I
put some stank on it.
Goodness. So a father of two and multimedia artist, originally from LA. Wow. Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you're from LA. Okay,
yeah.
That's dope. Tone owns and operates Tone Oliver Productions, which y'all would definitely hear a lot more about very soon. A video production company that focuses on bridging community and creators through authentic visual storytelling. Wow. So we kept it short and sweet. Thank y'all for tuning in. By the way, follow us at ach.show on Instagram. That's at ach.show on Instagram. We have a bunch of people hopping on our live to check us out. But that being said, let's talk to our guest today. How you feeling, Tony?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you guys for having me on. It's been a long time coming. You guys been doing this. I've been peeping it on IG,
yes.
And just been jealous of all the guests. You know what I mean?
Jealous.
I'm like, man,
your time was coming, brother.
And now it's my time. Now we here. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So I'm happy to be here. I love what you guys are doing, and thank you for having me, man.
Outstanding. Thank you for being here. And first question, one of the most important questions: How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It was a rough morning, just getting through it all. But I got my workout in. I got my smoothie in.
Come on.
And
is that mandatory for you though?
What workout?
Getting that workout.
It is now.
It is
now. It's something new for me. It's something new. It's not something that I've had my periods of life on and off with working out and exercise, but for the past, I just started back up. So the past maybe month and a half, I've been going hard every day.
What's the biggest difference when when you're not working out versus when you're working out? What difference do you see in your own personal journey?
Yeah. Focus. Mental, I'm in a happy. I can hold on to my happiness a little more. I'm not controlled as much by what's going on. Working out, they say, I don't know all the ins and outs, but they say the endorphins can boost your mood.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, so
it's a natural high.
So for me,
natural high.
Since I've been working out, I still got a lot of things to do. I still got work to do. I still got family stuff. I still got ups and downs of life. But, looking forward to my workout and then getting through it, I'm always in a better mood.
Wow.
Especially if I wasn't in a good mood, I'm like, hey, let me just get to it, try to push through. And then you don't want to do it because when you're not in a good mood, you're like, I don't even want to do it right now. But you push through, and just achieving that little small goal, pushing through, makes you feel good. You look in the mirror and your body's a little more swole right after the workout. So you think you buff until you wake up again. You're like, hold on, man, what happened last night? Yeah, it was looking right last night.
Repetition is key.
Yeah, so man, shout out to my people in LA, Mohammed DJB and Bertoni. They started me on this workout journey I'm on now when I went out there and did a job and stayed with them and saw how they were working out daily. And I started doing this thing called Insanity. Y'all remember Insanity?
Of course, Sean T.
Sean T, baby. So shout out to Sean T for getting your boy right now.
30 minute, 45-minute workout.
Exactly. And then you be drenched at the end.
So our next question for you, at least for today, who is Tone Oliver?
Tone Oliver is a dude. He's a guy. He's a creator. He's a dad. He's a silly man. He likes to have fun. He likes to be with his kids. I love to create. Really, before I had my business and before I had my kids, I had my art, and my art was, and it still is, my everything. It's my spirituality. It's my necessity. It's what I say. It's my the reason. They say you were born with something special. Right? Everybody got something special. Gift. It's my gift.
Give back to the world.
Yeah, it's how I communicate. Through spirit, and that could be music, and that can be acting, and that can be video production. I really like performing arts, so music and acting and all and stage. Performing my music on stage and comedy. I like doing comedy, stand up.
Wow.
When did you realize it was your gift, though? When did you come into the realization? It's like, man, this is who I am as an individual.
As an individual, man. That was actually, it really happened like in 2020 is when it really, I know it's like not too long ago, but that's when it really happened, because I've been a rapper. I've done stand-up before that. I've done multiple mediums of art before that, but I always saw myself as a rapper, right? Or I saw myself as an actor, and it had to be, it really was rapping. I had to be a rapper. I had to be the biggest, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole guy. And if it wasn't then I had failed at life. And I got to a point where I realized, oh, damn, okay. At this age, I'm 32 at the time. I got 2 kids. I'm nowhere near where I want to be financially. And maybe rapping ain't the thing. And damn, maybe it is, but I'm saying in that moment, I had to realize, okay, I got to get a job. I got bills. I got bills to pay. I got all these things I have to do, and chasing this rap goal I was losing motivation to write. So all this happening, man. I was like, damn, I have to let go of this thing, right?
Yeah. Was it losing motivation because the funds wasn't coming in like you were saying, or was it just losing motivation because you felt like you're growing to a new space in life?
Yes, money is for sure a huge part of it, but there's also, I felt restricted in what I could say and how I could say it.
As a rapper, though?
As a rapper, just with my dynamic and everything going on in my life, it was, it wasn't just me. My life involves more people than myself. And then, so like, my truest form, I want to talk about all these things, right? Yeah. But everybody don't want their business out in the streets, and they're going to look at me a certain way if I make a song, if I'm in a mood, and then it's like, oh, why you say that? Why you say that in the record? It's like, dang, so that kind of, hindered me. Drama. Right. And then trying to always appease the audience, right? The fan, trying the idea of I got to make something that they will like. And with all that, I had to eventually tell myself this ain't it. And I had to accept in my heart that it's not hip hop, right? And it's not rapping. Yeah. And for a moment, it was crushing, but very shortly after that moment, I want to say maybe a day or two, I had this epiphany. It was like, oh shit. I started feeling creative. I started getting the idea to write. Bars started coming to me. Ideas started coming to me. And I realized, because at the same time, I'd also just started getting into script writing. And I realized, I'm not a rapper. I'm a writer, right? I'm a storyteller. I'm a creator. And I can tell stories in any medium I choose. You know what I mean? I could do that on the basketball court by controlling the play, and we doing this and this, and you see it.
We got somebody on your live commenting to freestyle.
Oh, yeah, nah.
I was about to say, get some boards.
Nah.
Okay. All right, well, we'll come back to it before we leave the second half of the show.
I owe them credit for everything he identifies himself as.
Oh, boy.
That's my boy, DJ B. That's the one that helped me. Right.
By the way, quick shout out to @TowerJefferson, @Tower_Jefferson. He said he was listening to you talking about working out. And he said, I work at P2P in Fairfield. I don't know what P2P is, but he works at P2P in Fairfield.
It's a boot camp.
He said, it's a boot camp?
Yeah.
He said it's better than Insanity. He said, "Hit him for a free week. A friend requests he is a friend of mine."
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yes, please,
Shout out to-
please. Link me in the DM or connect us to the text thread or something
Yeah.
because I would love that. Yes,
All right,
please.
outstanding. But
Yeah,
I
man, y'all need to get off my head on this, man. Tyler Langston telling me to freestyle.
They're on the
Langston?
line right now.
Get out of here,
King
man.
Lang Bang, shout out to King Lang Bang.
Except that he didn't.
But hey, real quick, is it true that you know Issa Rae?
Yeah. Issa for sure is the homie, man. Yep, that's the homie. We actually, we did a show together back in the day called the F Word.
Back in like before Awkward Black Girl.
Before Awkward Black Girl, yeah.
Wow.
Before Awkward Black Girl, she did I think 2 series before Awkward Black Girl. And one of them, I forget the name of it, but it was around her dorm life when she went to Stanford. And
She
did
went to Stanford.
She went to Stanford, yep.
Dang.
And she did a show around the dorm life. And then after graduating, she came home to LA and saw her brother is one of my day one homies. And shout out to Animal. And she saw us in our rap group. We were the Fly Guys.
The Fly Guys.
And she saw how we were just interacting. How we got along. We were so playful. We had just this thing about us that
She felt the vibe.
she felt the vibe, and she shot a music video of ours. And after the music video, she was like, "Yo, we should do a show." And we were like, we always wanted to do a show. We were like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, we're gonna be famous."
Yeah.
and we did 7 seasons of Fly Guys
7
Present the F Word.
seasons?
Yep. Fly Guys
Jeez.
Present the F
How
Word.
many episodes a season?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Wow. So y'all did like 50 plus episodes.
Yeah. It was tight, man. Yeah, but people still recognize me to this day. Be like, "Tom from the Fly Guys."
Wow.
Because
That's dope.
of Issa Rae.
That's dope.
And it's funny, we did not recognize how ahead of our time we were. How ahead of her time she
7
was.
seasons. God.
You know what I mean? We were just in it. We were young and dumb, dude. And
Like,
she was a
our future.
visionary. She was the one who knew this was something different. She saw it all. We were just having fun.
It's powerful.
And yeah, dude. But Issa's a shit, dude. I'm sorry.
I mean, Felicia will get that out there.
Yeah.
But what my next fit, speaking of which, this is the 40th episode of the Anything Can Happen show, at least officially, since we've been in the studio partnering with KGPC 96.9. It's also episode 2 of season 2.
Nice.
So congratulations for being here.
2-2 in the
Man,
building.
congratulations to you guys. Yeah.
I'll show you. But what's up? There are probably people listening to this show who have seen other artists that come onto our show, and some of them have millions of followers, right? Like they have a fan base and they do amazing things. Not saying that's the only thing you can have clout, right? But if they were to ask what separates Tone, right? Like why is Tone a guest on the Anything Can Happen show? How would you respond to that?
I think I don't know, but I feel like what people tell me about myself and what I hear that makes me feel good and respected and like, okay, I'm doing something worthy in life, is that people appreciate that I have these multi-mediums, right? I can go from rapping and being dope at that, and then go from making videos and being dope at that, and then go to stand-up and being dope at that. And not that I have 1 million followers or $1 million or anything like that. Not yet. We on the way. But people appreciate, just that I'm not afraid to like jump in and just trust myself and be like,
where does that stem from? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have gifts and they're scared to.
I've been this way since I was a kid, dude. My brother used to tell me, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, he would be with his homies and they would be chilling at the park and he would just have to bring me because my mom would like, take your brother, and I would be the little dude and I'd be like, everybody gather around, and he said I would just like, it was like this stone turtle in this building we used to live in LA. And shout out to the Meadows. And he said, I would just get on top of the stone turtle and just start freestyling a story. Like, once upon a time, there was a rabbit, and everybody would be all intrigued, and he would be like, dang, he got all these people like engaged and, caring about what he's talking about, and it's a good story, and they laughing, and he cute. And so I think it's just been innate, My dad is a musician. My dad's a, corny, hilarious guy. My mom is rambunctious and loud and vocal. So I come from people who just are vocal.
Yeah, I like that. And remind me, what's your heritage? Like, where are your people from?
My hair?
Your heritage.
I'm black.
Okay.
Black
American.
Black American.
Okay.
American black. I am Mexican.
Wow.
I am Native.
Like Native American?
Native American.
Wow.
Sounds like all one and the same.
You feel me? Exactly.
When
You
we get
know,
to the root of
but
things.
no, really,
Yeah.
you know, it all is the same thing, really. Especially in America. You know, I'm tapped into the Mexican side, the Native side, the Black side.
Yeah.
And then there's some massa down there somewhere.
Well, naturally.
You know
Well, I won't say naturally, but
you know what I mean.
Historically.
Like historically, you know, it's down there. But
wow, that's a good mix.
I'm just
That's
black, white, Mexican, Native. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, according to Deuteronomy, those are the original tribes of Israel.
Oh, wow.
The so-called Latinos, African Americans, and
Yeah.
natives.
Yeah. So you
That's
know,
interesting.
Deuteronomy. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, right now, you know, you have a lot going on. You have your businesses, you have your kids. How do you find time to balance everything? You know, because that's a challenge for a lot of people. A lot of our viewers, they're scared to step out of their comfort zone because it's like, how am I going to balance everything?
Right.
What would you recommend to those people?
Get help. You know, I have, you know, my kid's mom and my support system, like my extended family, you know, and my community really, really are the reason why I'm able to do what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be able to do it if I had to have my daughter 100% of the time. So shout out to, you know, Sierra. Shout out to mom.
Sierra.
You know,
shout out to the moms.
And then shout out to my community. You know, my son's mom. They have a huge family in Oakland, and you know, he has so much support over there, and it allows me the time to do what I got to do. And sometimes they at the house with me, and I'm still taking meetings, and they got to sit, you know, in the living room, and I got to get snacks ready and prepared before the meeting. And then, all right, y'all sit right here.
Yeah.
I'm about to be busy for an hour. And then right when I'm done with the meeting, then it's like, all right, Daddy, we need you. You know, and I'm like, but I got to edit this video, actually.
Yeah, got to make that money.
So it's tough. Sometimes I feel like I be failing them, you know, because I got so much to do, and I'm behind on work because I'm like, I'm just always something to do. If it's not not a project to finish, it's some in-house stuff, it's some marketing stuff, it's some it's some HR stuff. It's always something to do.
The real talk, this is when most people quit, right? Like when they're experiencing what you're experiencing, just that natural adversity to pursuing a goal, to doing something that's actually significant, right? This is the point, and Kat can speak to this. This was working out with the gym, right? Like people, when it starts to get harder, like you don't see that progress after 3 months, and it's like, oh, this isn't worth it, right? When that goal is on the other side of that 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that means I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
You're
really.
in a good place.
Man. I appreciate that. Dude. But it's tough, and I don't quit though, because I've had jobs, and I'd rather do this than a job. Don't get me wrong, jobs are cool, and sometimes I miss a job.
You're talking to entrepreneurs, bro.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes I'd be like, dang, I wish I had that consistent check because this month is bad, boy.
Oh man.
But I really value waking up, being able to get my smoothie, take my time, make my little breakfast, do my workout, and then look up and it's 10. I'm like, oh, it's 10. Okay, let me go ahead and get to it.
Yeah.
But if I had a job, I got to be there at 8. You know what I mean? And then I got, and still got to get the kids ready. So I got, so my life is controlled by somebody else's dream and vision versus my own dream and vision. So no matter how hard it gets, I love being able to wake up and then just either calling the homie and being like 11,
what's
and just chopping it up, you know. And sometimes I can't because they at work, you know.
Right, exactly.
You know? But the ones who ain't at work, I love that freedom, man. I love being able to just move as I please. You know?
Yeah, like my wife and I, we just took 4 hours to go to the Oakland A's game yesterday.
Right,
like they lost. But shout out to the Oakland A's.
but you could, you know what I mean? You had that freedom and that space and time to do it. Yeah.
So if everybody listen, like I'm not sure if we talk about this candidly, but one of the purposes of our show is to inspire dreamers, right? And like everybody has a dream, but who's really willing to take it to that next level and make it a reality, right? So like we bring people on here like yourself who are committed to your vision and like putting in the work, right? Because what you're speaking about, people with jobs can relate to that, but it's like, what is the long-term goal?
Real quick, y'all, this is just so funny in my live.
Issa Rae is on?
No, not Issa. She ain't there yet. She coming soon. But my homegirl Kyla and my homeboy Derek, they like talking business right now. He's like, help me with my business, and she does like branding and things.
Wow.
So right now in this moment, they have like a conversation. Right.
That's powerful.
But sorry, what were you saying?
No, what's your Instagram, by the way? Go ahead and drop it.
At Tone Oliver and at Tone Oliver Productions. So my business is the productions, and my personal is just at Tone Oliver.
Absolutely. And Kat,
I was gonna say, at this particular moment, what do you feel like is one of your greatest accomplishments?
My kids, they healthy, they happy. It ain't always ideal, but I love my kids. I love that they just healthy and happy, man. And they get to be with their daddy. And that's something I didn't really have like that. Like I was with my daddy, but it was like, on the weekend, maybe every other week. Maybe, it wasn't the most structured situation. So I really love that I've been present in my kids' life, even though sometimes I feel like I'm still not doing the best job. Just that alone for me is like, to this point in my life, my greatest accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, it's relative. I know especially as Black men or men who identify as Black, like society is always telling us that we're failing at something. Like always, like everything that happens, even if it's outside of our community, somehow blame the Black guy. I know that was a big joke during Obama, right? Like when Obama was president, blame Obama, right? But that's really how a lot of Black men feel in this society, right? Like it's always our problem, it's always our fault. So the fact that you're present in your kid's life, like that's a huge success. And other people might not say
they'd be like, "You supposed to do that? What you mean? Right. You supposed to be there?" It's like, but that hasn't been my experience. That hasn't been the experience of a lot of my friends and a lot of so, like you said, it's relative. So yes, ideally, men are supposed to be in their kids' lives, but we all know that's not
the narrative.
It's not always the case, man. That's not always. Sometimes you can't be. And I'm blessed for multiple reasons. Sometimes it's their fault, sometimes it's mama's fault, sometimes it's life. But I'm just blessed to have still been able to, and I got kids from 2 different mamas, so it's like to be able to be in their lives, it's a blessing.
Like Will Smith,
it's a blessing, man.
Okay, congratulations. Well, that was a great question Kat asked about accomplishments, right? You said something a few moments ago about getting help, like you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, and we'll talk about Tone Oliver Productions, but you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing without help, right? Mm-hmm. And as soon as you said that, maybe 90% of people just tapped out because asking for help is like.
I was just talking to my homie about this morning.
Right? Like, so how did you get to that place, especially as a man, right, where you can ask for help?
I still struggle with it, man, to be honest. I struggle with it not because I'm afraid to ask for help, but as I'm learning entrepreneurship, learning how to run and operate a business, I have, to be frank, a fear around leadership. I'm a codependent.
But like being led or
being a leader. I'm a codependent. I'm somebody throughout my whole life. I've always had to be around somebody, right? I always need someone. I'm an extrovert. I don't like, some people like going to movies by themselves. That's crazy.
Either. I don't like eating by myself.
Right. To me, I'm like, y'all psychos. How y'all do that? But for me, I've always been, a part of a team. And I wouldn't say I've always been the head of that team, right? So stepping into entrepreneurship, I was able to, kind of for the most part, do it in the freelance space where I just got to be my own boss.
Yeah.
And that's hard. Telling myself to get up, telling myself to do the job, telling myself.
What's harder? Somebody else telling you or you telling yourself?
Oh, me telling myself is harder.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow.
Because I've been, because look, think about it. When you have a job, they say get your butt to work at 8 or you get fired.
You're like a little kid.
But for whatever reason, my brain processes that as you better get up and get to work.
Wow.
Or you're gonna lose that $300 today.
So do you think it's like a form of programming, like did you go to traditional school? Like
I went to public school.
Yeah, public school. You know what I'm saying? They train us to be like employees.
Right.
Yeah, so to get up, be at school at a certain time, to execute on the projects or whatever you have.
Right. Yeah.
Do you feel like that has played a huge part?
Now that
mentality
that you said that, it for sure made me think about it. Like, yeah, for sure, it probably plays an extraordinary part. We're programmed from childhood to follow orders, right? To follow what somebody of authority is telling you, and that could be your boss, that could be your parent, that could be your girl, it could be whatever it is. You're programmed to do what others tell you to do. Telling yourself what to do is not something we're taught how to do. We're not taught from a young age how to be disciplined within yourself, right? How to, really honor, you say you're going to do something, then do it. Like, ideally, some people have those, you know, those characteristics because they have great parents or great leaders and mentors in their life. But for most of us, we didn't have that, right? So I was saying, being a boss of myself is hard in itself. Now, considering being the boss of somebody else and then having to be responsible to pay them and having to be, say we grow. And, my biggest fear is success, right? That's why a lot of us don't reach success because we're afraid of the responsibility that comes with being great. We're afraid of our own greatness. But now that I'm stepping into accepting my greatness and being an entrepreneur for the past 2 years and being able to hold down my home and pay bills and struggling to get through it, but I'm getting through it and I'm proud of myself for doing it. Now I'm at the point where I got to build a team. I got to see, it's just a whole nother thing that like creates this, can I do it?
And I want to share something with you real quick because I appreciate what you're saying and how candid it is, right? And just this idea of success being something to be afraid of, right? But also the idea that I have to do these things, right? Like when we frame it in our minds that way, it's like I have to go to the gym or I have to start investing or I have to start this business versus I get to.
Exactly.
Right? Like I choose to like taking our power back from that thing that we feel like is a burden. And really, it's like we get to work out and be healthy and live a long, happy, healthy life. We get to invest and build towards wealth and financial stability. We get to start that business, right? And like inspire others to do like that. When I started doing that, that's why I said that question, like what's harder between a boss telling you or you telling yourself? Once I understood, like, I should never give another human being that much power over me ever. They put their pants on the same as me, one leg at a time. Yeah. So what power do they have over me other than what I give to them?
And that's a beautiful thing that, you've been able to find the reprogramming to shift your narrative and to shift your perspective. Because as soon as you said it, it's like, of course, that makes total sense. Yeah, of course. And that's something I'm working on as well.
Somebody taught me. I didn't start there.
No, but but the point is like, it's that reprogramming, right? It's that, okay, if you're saying it this way and you keep wording it this way and it's hard, okay, it's hard because what? And then you shift it. What if you looked at it like this? A lot of people will take that, what you said, and look at it like, oh, you stupid. You know what you're talking about. Oh, you think it's just that easy. Oh, you think vibration. Oh, you think you can just change it and it's not going to be. No, right. It's a learning curve. Yeah. But with anything in life, you work on it and you can shift it and you can see working out in the morning as a great thing versus oh my God, I gotta do this again. You can see, all the responsibilities and weight of a business as an amazing opportunity or an amazing thing as just, it's like a baby. You lay your babies, right? My babies is hard as heck. They get on my nerves and they tough, and it's a hard job being a parent. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, Right. And it's the same thing with being an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So real quick, we got a few minutes for the music break. Did you have a question, Kat?
No, go right ahead.
Okay. So what came to my mind when you were talking about your biggest fear being success is like a manifestation activity, right? Because a lot of people are brainwashing and thinking success is a lot of money, as you know. Right. I know work in the industry. I know Kat knows, right? Like when success isn't and this is why I want to ask you, right? Like when you say you're afraid of success, but what does that look like to you?
What does success look like to me? So just to kind of go back on that real quick. When I say I'm afraid of success, it's not speaking about like this current moment. It's speaking more about the bigger picture of why it is a challenge, for me to step into new arenas, right? I have to face the initial monster, right? Yourself. The bad guy in myself, the lower self, and I get past that and I push past that. But just to answer your question, success to me is financial freedom. It is my kids, happiness and healthy. It is me being happy within myself. It is my family being successful and happy and healthy, and being able to traveling is a huge part of success for me. That's something that I haven't been able, that I haven't done as much as I want to do. And, so stepping into traveling more about that's, and I don't take all the money in the world, but traveling, financial freedom, things like that, happiness. being able to create how I want, when I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Removing,
and this is something that I practice. The reason I asked that question, I practice this with my clients specifically, just doing this work in financial wellness, right? And just helping people to reframe their relationship with money. Because a lot of us have a traumatic relationship, even with success, right? Even with working out, right? Like a lot of people have a traumatic relationship with the things that are actually going to help to heal us, right? So even you saying that, my next question, I know we got the music break coming up. My next question is, how would that make you feel, right? Like having that success, right? Having that happiness, having those travel experiences, having financial freedom, seeing your kids smiling. How would that make you feel? Like, describe that.
It would make me feel, I don't know, dude. You know, I would have to get it. No, I mean, like, you know, because what I want to say is that it would make me feel great, right? That's what I want to say.
Let's start with that.
It would make me feel amazing. It would make me be very appreciative. I might cry tears of joy if I reach that moment.
When you reach that moment.
When I reach that moment, right? But, you know, I heard somebody say, who was this? Maybe it was Dame Dash. I think it was Dame Dash. Uh-oh. He said, you know, being rich is a business in itself. You know, having a lot of money, politics, you have to maintain that money. You have to keep that. You can be rich, but can you stay rich?
Can you stay rich?
Right? And that's what I mean about people fearing their greatness. Yeah. Because you have to be ready for the responsibility of maintaining that, whether that's financial greatness, whether that's a body goal greatness, whether that's, you know, a career, whatever that is, you got to be ready to maintain it and understand that entrepreneurship and being your own boss and being in control of your life, it ain't a job. Good. It ain't consistent.
Yeah, and I think it's like, okay, once I make that $1 million, right, I have to make it over and over to maintain that lifestyle. You're not just making that first $1 million, right? Repeating that every year from here on out because I bought the house, because I want to travel, because now it's like, okay, this is the bar. This is the bar I set for myself.
To the point, you know, we have to let go of it being, because that we put that measurement, we put that goal on ourselves, and once we put that cap and we get like $1 million. Once I hit that $1 million, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Then I'm gonna feel good. Then I can walk around my chest out because I'm a millionaire. You know, but then you buy a cheeseburger and you're not a millionaire no more. You know what I mean?
Just like that.
So you have to let go of the idea of it being about money and find that bigger passion. Like for me, it's about creating things, right? It's about being a creator and making sure that my art is doing something positive in the world that's motivating somebody, that's helping somebody, teaching somebody, you know, because if that is keeping the money coming, then you ain't gotta worry about the money. If that's what you're doing to make money, then some days it's gonna be good, some days it's gonna be bad, but you walking in your path, the money gonna come. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I know we got our music break coming up. We got an amazing guest today, so y'all stay tuned on the live. But what I learned from, I believe it was Steve Jobs who said this, but essentially the way to becoming wealthy is to find a problem and to solve it, right? The bigger the problem is, the more people that you'll help, the more money that you'll acquire, right? And like once I understood that, it was just a no-brainer. So I see what you're doing, like you're on that path, at least the financial freedom, which we know in America, like financial freedom is freedom in a lot of ways. And we'll get into that more. We got the music break coming up. Stay tuned. Is it Anything Can Happen show, KGPC? Oh, you got it, Kat? Okay. Anything Can Happen show, KGPC 96.9. Stay tuned.
Man, great conversation.
Oh yeah. I love it. I'm on the show, dude. What's up?
Is that Lang Bang?
Nah.
Who the fuck is that? Come on, Speaky.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, we having a little music break right now, and then we're gonna jump right back into it.
Hell yeah. What's up, Mason?
Oh, what's up? I was like, who is that? What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna hit you when it's over with.
Good, man.
I appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah.
He watching it. I'm gonna call him.
That's dope.
You might want to hit that battery one time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's
Plug
getting
your
low.
phone in.
No.
You gonna bring us back, or you want me to bring us back from commercial break?
Yeah. Can you bring us back?
Yeah.
I'll run some restroom real quick.
Man, this song's slap.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, I love this record, man.
Just being in that space to create something like this.
This is when I was on BART, man. I used to rap on BART for about a year, and I had to like relearn how to like write music for a different audience because I can't say what I was saying in my songs on the BART train.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
it's just I might have a song. I don't know if they can hear us right now, but
No,
niggas and bitches in my
Yeah.
song, and I don't want to be on BART with grandmas and little kids and fans, a real family
Yeah.
area, So I had to shift writing, and I wrote like maybe 15 new records, all targeted directly at like a BART audience, dude.
That's hard.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I made some
that thing.
dope music. How does this happen? So weird.
We got 30 seconds, Quizzy.
Yeah.
What that's about. I'm gonna start it over.
I usually restart ours after the break.
You're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc96.9.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man, Cat Fitness. Man, alignment. Can you tell us a little bit about that song, brother?
Yeah, definitely. Alignment, like I was saying during the break, I used to rap on BART. It was a time when I was super low, right? This was the bad side of not wanting to get a job,
Yeah.
He was like, man, I ain't gonna do it, man, I ain't doing it. But I ain't had no money, and I was struggling, and I was breaking down like in tears and going through the worst and worst of times. My boy, shout out to Drew Money. Shout out to my boy Drew Money. He actually presented me with an opportunity. I was going on Instagram telling people, man, I'm going through it, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna get the next rand, all that, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I've been rapping on BART. You need to come out with me. That people would love you.
When was this?
This was in 2019, I want to say.
Oh, this is recent.
Yeah, this is recent, 2019. So he was like, at first, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Of course.
I ain't
At first.
Right, I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I ain't trying to rap on BART. You know what I mean? You got me messed up. I'm better than that. I'm better than BART. And and then like sometimes
the ego was playing
by,
right there.
Yeah,
the ego was
right.
it's high.
Right, you know what I mean? Why would you want me going there and ask for $1? What the fuck? Sorry. What do I look like? Sorry. But it happened again. Time go by. I'm still struggling, and he didn't give up on me. He was like, dude, you need to come out here, and you need to come get on this train with me. Right, just come see what I do.
Was it 2019? So before the pandemic?
Before the pandemic, right? Yeah. It might have been. It started 2018, the winter of 2018, going into 2019 actually. And he was like, "You need to come out here, dude. Just see what I do, see how I go." I went out there, sat with him for a couple ones, and I had something ready just in case. I had to have something ready just in case because I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And then we do a couple trains, and I see him, and he up there taking the mic, and he doing his thing, and he rapping, and the people receiving him, and he go around, he's like he
on the BART train,
on the BART.
Wow,
like when the doors close, You got a captured audience. They can't go nowhere. You know, they stuck.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they there. And he would just take advantage of that moment, and you have to get through they don't want you there. Just so you know that. You know what I mean?
I didn't ask for a performance.
They play that music. I was like,
he's like, bro, first of all, this speaker is not sounding good. Dude.
All cracked.
Now your mic is now you peeking.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah, excuse me. You know? So you have to first figure out, how do I make this audience who don't want me, who will feel trapped now, accept me at the end of this. At the end of this, they got to be like it so much, they're going to give me some money.
Yeah. And I always give them money too.
Right. You know what I mean? But that's because you got to get hard. You know, that's a bit of it too, because it's a hustle. You put people in that position. Some of it is people just like,
that was dope.
But, you know, I went through it. I did it, and I got a super dope, well reception. You know what I mean? Like, I was making great money.
For the way that I feel, like going up when
it was scary, dude. It was nerve wracking. It was nerve wracking. But I'm a performer.
Yeah.
And that nerve wracking feeling is a part of the process. Yeah. And as soon as I start going, the nerves are gone.
Yeah.
And now I'm in my zone, right? And sometimes you can be so much in your zone, you're not even present in the moment. Right. So I had to find the balance, right? So you do it so much, and it became this thing where I was telling Kat, it was like, my songs when I first got on BART, it got cuss words in it. I'm talking about, B's and N's and popping and shaking and all this stuff that the little girl right there, her mama don't want her hearing that. Ooh. And grandma over here, she ain't trying to hear that. Yeah. Right. And then the person back there who ain't even tapped into my culture, they hearing that and they judging me. So I'm like, oh wow, this is a family audience. This is not a hip hop show. I have to write songs accordingly to my audience. So Alignment was probably one of the last songs I wrote, in that process. But that one actually came out of a beef I had with the SF Chronicle. They came out, they saw what I was doing. I got started getting some publications around me, the best busker in the Bay, all these things people were saying. And the SF Chronicle came out, spent the day with me, and it was probably
for real?
Yeah. And it was like one of the best days I had on BART. Made hella money, got standing ovations. You got people like old ladies standing up and clapping. Dude, it was like, oh, they about to write the best article. I'm about to blow up. And then she kept pressing me about how much money I make. And I was like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about
the article?
The lady, Rachel Swan.
What does it really matter? At the end of the day?
Right, Rachel. Why does it matter?
In the city.
So exactly, because it's news, and they want to spin it. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He's not paying taxes.
And then she keep pushing, and then eventually she catch me up, and I got a problem with that. Right?
Yeah,
she catch me up, and she was like, I ended up telling her. I was like, make around.
Yeah, you don't got to tell us, but I mean, you can tell us.
No, she put it on the news. It was on the news. The headline was, should busker, whatever, panhandler, busker, whatever she called me, be able to make $200 a day on BART.
That's nice income.
You know what I mean?
Passive income.
You know what I mean? So for what I'm doing, for donations, Wow. And I was like, dang, lady. You just put me out there and blast. Like, what if I get in trouble? What if something happened to me? So that song actually have a bar, talking about Rachel Swan. You know what I mean?
You threw her name out?
I threw her name in there. Yeah. Because she coming at my money. That's how I take care of my family. Like, and my kids can't eat because of this. Now I got a problem with you, Rachel. Yeah. But I get it. I get it, dude. And but I was able to write these songs that people loved, and it tapped into people getting off work, and I'm seeing all these stories of people stressing about their job and chasing their dreams, and I'm seeing the young people and what they trying to do, and I'm seeing the hard working people of the Bay Area and what they're going through, and I'm putting all this in the music, and they loved it, and it was a very, very special thing. It just ran its course. It ran its course.
And you're getting some love from our Instagram, by the way. We got Tammy Reyes. That's at Tammy Reyes.
Hey.
She's a very faithful listener to Anything Can Happen show. She said, yes, he should be making that and more is the answer.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
thank
She
you.
in
You know,
support.
and yeah, you know, dude, Bart was lit, bro. I got $100 one time, but dude just gave me $100 bill.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta
Yeah.
go, and that did something for me. It was like
Yeah.
I'm really affecting people. It made me feel like
Value.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you didn't
It
like
works.
it, yeah, you know, and like, you know, it might
Yeah.
be 15 people on the train, right,
Yeah.
at a time,
It's not
and
bad.
if I can get 5 of them people,
give you like $20.
then I'm
Or
good.
even like $5.
$5, anything, you know, exactly.
train.
So Bart
Yeah.
was lit, bro. Bart was it helped me
Yeah,
grow.
it was
Helped me grow as a performer. It helped my confidence. Helped me push past challenges and
Yeah.
fear. It's scary,
Yeah.
you know.
So how did that lead to Tone Oliver Productions?
Yep. Tone Oliver Productions. It came when Bart ran its course. I had got a job. I had said, all right, I'm gonna get a job. You know, it was I just got.
What were you doing?
I worked at Oakstop. Oakstop.
Is
Yeah.
So this is recent.
This was before the pandemic. I first worked at
okay.
Oakstop
So you
before the
went
pandemic, and I went back after the
Okay.
pandemic. But yeah, I worked at Oakstop. It's a black-owned co-working space
Yeah,
in
shout out to
Oakland. Shout out to
Oakstop, for
Oakstop. They hold space
They hold
for
it down.
all black creators, all creators.
Yeah.
Dopest workspace in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oakstop. So I got a job at Oakstop, and it was a dope job because it was like it was low maintenance. You know what I mean? Like I was able to.
Oakstop is chill.
It was chill. It was real chill. And, you know, I was working the front desk. And because I had time to, like, do other things on my computer, I started writing scripts. I started getting into script writing and storytelling in that way. And a little funny.
That's a
little
nugget,
skits
by
and-
the way, y'all. That's a nugget. So he was using one income to produce another income.
Yep.
Right? Like, that's some game. I did the same thing with poetry, right?
Yep.
But, yeah, please continue.
No, yeah, you know. So then I was writing as I'm working. And as Bart fell off, you know, I just got the job. Eventually, I tried to do Bart and the job, but it was just too taxing, and I was just getting tired of Bart. And I took on the job full time, and I was writing. I started really enjoying. This is around the time where I realized, oh, I'm not a rapper. I'm a storyteller, right? And I could do whatever. I could do it in any medium, any form. And then the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, I had been perfectly prepped to be in my house with nothing to do but create.
Man.
And as soon as they
Perfect
said
storm.
perfect
Okay.
storm,
Yeah.
you know, okay, I can't come to work. Oh,
Yeah,
but they're gonna still
Can't go nowhere.
they're gonna figure out a way to give me some money. But I'm not required to pay rent. Okay, so I have to just sit down and I can't go outside. Okay, but I got all this material, right? And I got my phone. So I did this web series called Rona Roomies, and I did it on my cell phone. And I just wrote the script, and I would play both characters. It was a mini series about two roommates who, you know, didn't really like each other, didn't have to deal with each other because they worked jobs and didn't really see each other. But then the pandemic hit. Now they stuck in a house together.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, it was black shirt, white shirt for the characters, and I played both of them. It was just me in a black shirt, me in a white shirt. And I created
That's
this
so
little...
simple, but like
entertaining. Right, exactly. And it was dope. It was fun. It was funny, man. I'll send you one of the videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And after 2 episodes of shooting it just on my cell phone, a friend of mine hit me up. Shout out Jesse. He was like, "Yo, bro, he been trying to do work with me, video work for a long time. You know." He was like, "Yo, I got this equipment at the house. I haven't done nothing with it for about 2 years now. It's just sitting here. I see you working. I see what you're doing. If you want it, you can have it." Really, he was like, "If you want it, you can use it until I need it." You know,
free rental.
Right, free rental. And I was like, send me the Addy.
Yeah.
I'm on the way.
Immediately.
Right now. You know what I mean? So I pulled up, you know.
Isn't that amazing how the universe works? That cat talks about that a lot.
Beautiful, man.
Like,
beautiful.
That
was it.
alignment.
That was the inception of Tone Oliver Productions, right? Going there, seeing all this equipment, cameras, lenses, lights. I'm like, oh, this is a whole business. So then I go home, and then I do 2 more episodes of Rona Roomies with the new equipment. Higher production value, right? Still super dope. But then I was just like, okay, this is a lot. You know? This is a big production. I'm doing 2 characters. I'm you know, in the same shot, acting, filming, writing,
editing,
everything, right? I'm like, all right, this is a lot. You know what I mean? And I could have kept it up, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to make money, honestly. I was like, okay, how can I make money? So then I was like, I recognized that when everybody was sitting down for the pandemic, we weren't. Our community was like we still want to be involved. We're not going to be
We
outside
were hustling,
partying.
bro.
We was hustling.
Yeah.
You know what happened? The film industry shut down.
Yeah.
And that
100%.
said, like,
Content.
nobody's filming these people. They need a camera guy. So I'll come with my mask on, stand 6 feet away. I gotta stand 6 feet away anyway to shoot you. So
Yeah.
I'm good, you know. And when everybody who is in that industry, who was working really hard, got told to sit down, they all sat down. And I wasn't in that industry at the time. I was somebody who was trying to get in, and I saw a lane. I saw an opportunity,
Yeah,
right?
you saw a green
I
light.
saw a green light, and then I just reached out to all my homies who had product services. It was like, look, I'm starting this business. If you need help with, marketing and content and whatever, I would do that for you. Some I did for the free, some I did for the super low. And then you just start building a portfolio. And over the last 2 years, I've built a portfolio where I've helped a lot of Black businesses, brand their businesses. And then I've worked with a few corporate clients. And now I have, a real legitimate business that I'm starting to bring on team members onto. And we do stuff together. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations. I know you were just selected to work with Toasted Life.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Toasted Life, dude. They, one of the best event throwers in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And through
Connected.
Alignment Agency, through you guys, I was able to come on and produce some content for them, and
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we got a Juneteenth event coming up. Stay tuned. We'll get y'all more information.
Mhm.
But there's something on my heart that I want to share. So I know we're almost coming to the close of our show, unfortunately. It's a little off topic, but you mentioned something amazing about the pandemic. By the way, if you're listening to this, make sure y'all are like masking up or just using precautions, because COVID is like legit back on the rise.
Yeah.
Like 3 of my clients caught COVID just this past week. Right. So like if y'all are out there in the streets, like please just be safe, like for real. But you had mentioned something about the pandemic, right? And I was just thinking, it's so how we see all these mass shootings that are happening right now. Like I said, this is a little off topic, so I'll circle back around, right? And what I'm thinking is like there has to be a high level of anxiety in people's hearts and spirits right now, because legit, the world changed literally overnight. Like literally overnight. Government officials and like the people in power were like, you know what, we shutting this thing down, right? And we couldn't go outside, we couldn't go to our restaurants, we couldn't go and see people. People are like super paranoid. You see like nothing but bad news on the news, right? And it's like I'm looking at it now 2 years later, and no wonder all this stuff. Like you got people killing kids like in broad daylight. Like that's not normal human behavior, right? But when you take a situation, a circumstance, and so what was powerful about what you did is you use that same opportunity to create something beautiful, right? Like you took, just like you were talking about the BART train, right? You were super, I would call it anxious or like afraid. You just felt like a disempowering energy, but you converted that into something that helped you to produce, help you to be electric and operate at your highest vibration, right?
That's what it's all about, man. It's all about, like we were talking about in the very beginning of this, is staying true to that inner creator, right? And whatever that is for you, but for me, it's about being artistically creative, right? It's about writing, it's about performing. And it might not be hip hop, it might not be rapping. Okay, boom, let's switch over to writing scripts. Okay, it might not be writing scripts. Okay, let's switch over to shooting and producing videos. Okay, it might not be producing videos. Okay, let's shoot over here to acting, because there's always something that you can be doing creatively to channel the pain that you're going through, a struggle that you're going through, any negative. To me, the best way to really process negativity and trauma and pain is through art, is through being creative, because you can cuss and you can rage and you don't have to hurt nobody, and you can put out something beautiful.
It's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a form of therapy.
I like that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like and now you have all those tools in your tool belt too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You've sharpened all these different tools, so at any given time you can tap in and say, "Hey, running this company that you have, you've done all the different aspects. You know what I'm saying? You know how to talk to the filmer, you know how to talk to the writer, you know how to talk to the producer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wore all the hats in the company already.
No, really, and that's what's helping me right now as I'm trying to build a team. It's like, okay, I know what I'm looking for in an editor. I know what I'm looking for in a videographer. I know what I'm looking for, even as it pertains to like project management, right? How to the systems, operations and systems. I know what I'm looking for because I had to do it, and yeah.
Absolutely. And so that brings us to almost to close of our show, I know I have one more question, and that's actually two more questions. First one is, what's the next level of Tone Oliver Productions?
Mm-hmm. For the past 2 years, it's been client work, right? It's been building businesses. It's been really trying to bridge the community with the company. I feel like a lot of brands struggle with building community, and I feel like right now we live in this content, era, where video is a great way to deliver message and to build relationships with people that you can't see every day, right? That video and that audio is like being there with them as much as you can be, you know what I mean? And then when you can make it beautiful and make it impactful and make it empowering and make it captivating, right? Then it creates an emotion that they can leave and remember you with. So it's been client work. And now my real goal, my real passion is always personal projects, right? So now we're getting into the creative side, right? Now we're going to go into storytelling. Now we're going to go into short film. Now we're going to go into web series. Now we're going to go into feature film, right? I have scripts for all of these projects. Now it's just
I can be an extra, right?
Oh yeah, it's good,
you
dude.
Need a trainer
it's
and these scripts.
I got you. I do actually.
Showing your autobiography.
Yeah.
Autobiography film.
I do. I told you about it already?
No, but we're gonna be Anything Can Happen show. We gonna.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. No, I do have a movie that I wrote about my life already.
Yeah, let's get it.
It's already written, and that's like that's a version 1. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so my last question is, from a financial perspective, right? Like you're obviously you're full time, like you're an entrepreneur 100% all the time, like no job, right? Like that's big.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a huge accomplishment, but also for a lot of people, it's like a huge gap, right? I'm so used to my job and my paycheck and my steady income, and like I hate my job, but I don't want to leave my job. And some people, like if you got kids to feed, like much respect, right? But you have kids to feed too. You got a family too. You still find a way. So like, how do you do that from a financial perspective?
I would say God.
For real.
Yeah. I would just say God, because there's so many times where I'm like, I don't know how I don't have rent right now. I don't know how this is about to work. And then by the time rent is due, I have it.
You have it.
It happened. Somebody, reaches out. One of my business partners comes. Hey, we got a gig. Something happens. A deposit drops at the right time. It just happens. But I will say this: moving forward, not that I'm, want a job, but I do want to build out partnerships with companies where I can cover my base, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like if I, like for me, like right now, it's like, okay, if I can get a 6-month contract with a company who needs video work, I'm still working as my business, but now I know for the next 6 months, my bills
collaboration,
and I don't have to worry about it, right? So it's like a job, except I don't got to be there at a certain time.
You're independent contractor.
Exactly.
Your freedom.
So that's the next move as far as how do I continue to develop, and grow financially. And really just being on it, dude, not giving up, loving what I do. If I didn't love what I do, I wouldn't be able to do it. I love creating, right? I love, helping Black businesses. 98% of my clients are Black. How dope is that, bro?
Yeah.
How dope is that to say you got your own business in 2022 in America as a Black man, and you working with mainly Black people?
Sound like Black Wall Street to me.
You feel me? And these people I'm working with are real. They got their own businesses. They doing it bigger than me. And I'm looking up to these people like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. It's an honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's tough, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And, man, just stay creative.
Amen. Stay creative. Stay creative. So, that being said, we are officially wrapping up another classic episode of the Anything Can Happen show. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in at ach.show on Instagram. That's at ach.show. You can also learn more and tap in and support our brother Tone Oliver at Tone. That's T-O. Go ahead, drop your socials real quick.
Yeah, just at Tone Oliver, at Tone Oliver Productions, ToneOliverProductions.com, ToneOliver.com. It's all Tone Oliver. That's it. On
it's
Twitter,
all Tone Oliver.
on Instagram,
Yeah, you know he legit because he got a website.
You feel me?
Instagram is not your website.
Nah, it ain't, man. It ain't.
Just kidding. But that being said, another classic episode of the Anything Can Happen show. Thank you so much. Make sure you tune in. www.kgpc969.org. That's www.kgpc969.org. You can find this current episode, past episodes. Follow us at ach.show. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. We got more on the way. Peace.
Peace.
That was fire. Thank you.
So before we get out the studio, can you give us a quick drop for the show?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's Felicia.
How you say
Thanks
it?
for watching, y'all.
The Anything Can Happen show.
Yep, but like the
I
radio.
just gotta run to the bathroom.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is it? What's the? Give me a little small. Anything Can Happen show on.
Hey, all you have to say is, hey, you're tuned into the Anything Can Happen show. This is Tone Oliver, and today we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Say her name.
No, she's gonna.
Oh, okay.
That was good, too.
Yeah, man, we
Yeah,
gotta
that was
wake up,
dope, man.
That was good.
Yeah, definitely, man. Great to meet you, brother. For real.
Oh, I do a project called Heal the Hood.
Okay.
And we look for videographers to document what we're doing.
Yeah, of course.
We have an event coming up July 16th.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
July's open.
Seeing what that can look like.
Yeah. Dude, let's do. I'm gonna check out. I saw you on IG today, so I'm gonna just dive into you and just kind of see what it is, and let's maybe hop on the call this week and just talk about it.
Yeah. Get your number once we get
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. We
They
out.
say, yo, it's Tone Oliver. You rocking with the Anything Can Happen show, and today we're gonna be talking about
alignment.
alignment.
Oh.